Welcome, everybody, to the first Savage Monday podcast in the van. Might be a vlog, might be a podcast, but who knows? Stay tuned here on Savage Mondays. All right, hey, as you can see, we here in the van. We doing some things. Now, I know it's not completely done yet. But it's getting there. It's getting there. As you can see, the roof, I ain't finished the roof yet. Still got to cover all these wires and stuff like that. But I got lighting in here. I got some benches. I got some countertop. I got some space. Got monitors, laptop, things like that. My camera. You can still see behind me. I guess the bars on the windows still on there. I think I'm going to leave them on there for real. And I just put a little bit of that, what's it called? I don't know what that stuff is called, but you ever see the things you put on your windshield to keep the sun out or whatever? I had one of those, so I just cut it to fit them windows back there to keep the light out, and it actually helps with the sound and stuff like that. So, it is what it is. But, I mean, there's some room in here. I mean, it's not huge, obviously. It's not amazing or crazy, anything like that. But I could do a podcast in here with like 3 people. Probably 3 max. But you never know, maybe a little bit more. I got some bench seating behind me. I know you can't really see stuff like that, but I don't know. Maybe if you guys comment below if you guys want to see a a little van tour, I guess I could do like a little short TikTok, something like that, and do a little van tour, the podcast, the studio, the mobile studio. Maybe we could do that. Comment and let me know. But I want to talk to you guys about, I guess, why. I know I kind of brought it up different, and I've said it in the past, little reasons here and there, but really what got me to do this, right? First and foremost, I don't know if you guys know, but Steve-O from Jackass has a mobile podcast that he does as well. And when he first started that, he had a little kind of, not crappy, but a little van, smaller than this one. And he would go different places and interview different people. And I thought it was a good idea to bring the studio to the people instead of having people come to you, right? It's a lot easier. And then you get new experiences along the way with travel and then meeting new people and stuff like that. So that's number one. That's kind of why I wanted to do this. And 2 was just to be able to get out there, right? I was tired of the same old sitting around, and I know I haven't had a lot of guests on the podcast or anything like that, and I'm going to try to change that. I got one I really want to do. Well, 2 I really want to do, but we'll see what happens, and then and just go from there. If any of you guys, any of the listeners, the viewers, watchers, whatever, the homies want to get on here, hey, let me know. We'll figure something out. Like I said, it's not the greatest setup yet. It's slowly getting there. It's taking some time, it takes some money, some time, money, to do stuff. But I wanted to do one in here just to see that you guys can see it's getting there and it's going. But speaking of experiences, right, it will allow me to experience new things, meet new people. And with the experiences, I've always gonna get into maybe a little bit of story time here later. I don't know, but always had some wild experiences. Whether it just be, for some reason, I always have the most random people talk to me. I don't have to know them. I could just be out somewhere and they could say the most off the wall things to me. It's pretty crazy. And it's not always good. It's not always bad. Sometimes it's just a weird interaction, right? And that's just part of it, right? That's just part of the life, just getting out there and doing new things. I got a lot of other things I want to try out. Not going to put it in there yet, but there's a lot of other things that I do want to try to do. But like little experiences get you out and get you just comfortable with the unknown, right? And I think that's why a lot of people don't do things, is because they don't know nobody knows the unknown, right? And there's nothing wrong with getting out there and doing different things you might not even really enjoy, but you never know, you might enjoy it, right? And that's kind of what got me here. Like, I'm really for, like, a lot of people might not think this or might not know this, but I am deathly afraid of public speaking. Like, makes me super nervous. Every time I even do one of these when I'm by myself, I get super nervous. And I probably recorded about 3 or 4 times, right? Like this one, I've recorded a couple times. The first one I thought was really good, but the footage got corrupt, so I lost it and had to do it again. And things like that happens. It happens to everybody. But an experience that I had the other day, and if you know, right, the past couple days, a few days ago, I guess you could say now, is that we had here in my area a really bad snowstorm, right? Everybody pretty much got snowed in, and it was crazy. It was cool. It was a nice experience. I mean, I'm from Pittsburgh. I'm from the north, so I understand. Like, I grew up with snow, but some people haven't. Some people have never seen snow before. And just to see how people react and how they act to never seeing snow or never experiencing it for themselves is pretty cool, you know? It might be irritating, like my little experience. Not really irritating, but I went to the store, went to Walmart to get a couple things to prepare for this storm, right? And I figured it was going to be crazy, right? Everybody trying to get last minute stuff. And I wasn't even really getting nothing serious. I was just getting a couple little things like snacks and little things to snack on, whatever. And so I get what I needed to get. I'm standing in line, and there's somebody in front of me. And they got a whole bunch of stuff, like a whole bunch of stuff. And so I'm sitting there, whatever. And usually I'm the type of person that don't like big crowds, don't like to be in the store very long. I like to get in, get what I want, pay for it, and go, right? So this particular Walmart, though, doesn't allow you to do the self-checkout unless you're that, premium member or whatever. So you got to wait in line. I mean, you still got to wait in line to self-checkout, but you know what I'm saying. So I had to wait in line, and the people in front of me had a whole bunch of stuff. And for some reason, I don't know what it was. I was just not in a hurry. I was just vibing. I was just chilling. And I was just waiting my turn, not paying no attention to nobody. And the people in front of me start checking out, and then I could see they start getting a little like nervous or something. I started noticing that, and then I started paying a little bit more attention. And would you know what's crazy to me, right? It's really crazy to me, and this isn't nothing to do with the people necessarily checking out. They couldn't pay for all their stuff. Not that they didn't have the money or anything like that, but Walmart don't accept like Apple Pay and stuff like that. Isn't that crazy? Wouldn't you think that a multi-billion-dollar business company, whatever you want to call it, like Walmart, would accept forms of payment like that? Like, you could go to the gas station and do it. You can pay for stuff online and do it. But they don't want to do it at Walmart. I wonder why, and I see the people start, I'm sure it was like a little embarrassing situation for them or whatever. So they had to leave everything there. And so as soon as they did that, they shut the line down and was like, had to take care of all that stuff, right? So I was like, gosh darn it. And at this time, there was somebody behind me, and they noticed everything that was going on too. So there was a line open next to us. So the person behind me just jumped in that line. And then when they shut the line down, I was like, dang it. So then I looked over, and the person was like, hey, you just want to jump in front of me since you were in front of me? I was like, no, it's okay. You already got people behind you. I'll just go, get behind them, whatever. I wasn't in a hurry for some reason. And get behind them, right? I know this is a long story. It's kind of getting there, but it's two different experiences. I have a lot of experiences like this that are a little bit more crazy that we can go to in the future. But so whatever, I'm waiting in line behind these people. There's somebody checking out, somebody in front of me, and then me. Then it's my turn, right? So this lady comes up to me and she goes, excuse me, sir, do you mind if I jump in front of you? I just passed out, and I'm trying to hurry up and pay for my stuff and get to my car before I pass out again. And it's just like, I don't think it registered in my brain what she said to me at first. So I was just like, yeah, sure. Like, I don't care. I'm not in a hurry. And when she said that, I think the person in front of me heard her say that. So she let them get in front of them too. So then they could pay for their stuff faster. But then once that happened, right, I'm sitting there and I'm just like, wait a minute. She say she just passed out to pay for her stuff to get to her car. So first I'm thinking like, are you going to pass out in your car? Like, are you driving? Like, why did you pass out, right? That's what I'm thinking is, why'd you pass out? Are you dehydrated? Like, are you thirsty? Are you hungry? Are you sick, not feeling well? Or maybe it's anxiety. Maybe you're one of the people that don't like to be around big crowds of people. Now, granted, Walmart was busy, but not that busy. I've seen it a lot busier different times. But I was just like, what in the world? Like, why would you risk driving your car? Hopefully you weren't driving. I don't know. Maybe you got picked up or somebody was in the car just waiting for you. I don't know. But, and then I start thinking, like, you think people really use that excuse a lot? And I'm not saying hers was an excuse. It could have happened. I don't know. But to not have to wait in lines, you think people do that? Like, make up different random things? And if you've ever heard of any, or have you ever used any yourself, comment below and let us know some of these lines that you use to try to get through lines faster, right? To get to the front of the line, because I might use them one day. I don't know, because I really don't like waiting in lines and stuff either. But for some reason that day I was just chill mode. I don't know what it was. I have no idea, but I was just chilling. And different experiences like that, right? I've had a lot of experiences different, but like that. And just being out, right? Being able to be mobile in this mobile studio, you guess you could call it, really allows you to have different experiences like that. And some of them might not always be good, right? Some of them might not be great. Some of them might be really great. But it's just part of the life, right? It's just instead of just going through life, like, because we all know the way things are right now here in the good old US of A, are difficult. They're not easy, and there's things changing. And a lot of people don't like some of the things changing. Some people do like some of the things changing. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I just always hope, everything changes for the better. We might not like it at first. I'm all down for change and doing things differently, but it might be a little bit rough or hard to get used to how new things are going, but hopefully it makes it better. And if it don't, great things allow us to change that, right? And protest those things. And then getting into protests, I kind of want to talk about some of the ones that are going on now, right? And it kind of got me thinking. So I watched, I seen I'm sure a lot of other people have seen as well, the USA hockey team get booed during the national anthem. And to me, that's not just Team USA getting booed. That's Canada booing Americans during our nation's national anthem. And to me, that's very disrespectful. And you might not like certain things that are going on with, the presidency and the tariffs and things like that. You can't make everybody happy. But to boo a whole nation of people because of it is downright, not okay. Do we like Canadians all like that? Do we hate them? No, we don't hate them. Do we agree with everything they do? Of course not. Same with anywhere else in the world. Do we agree with everybody? No, but it's the way of life, You can't make people do things you want them to do. And to see that, right? So to see that happen, and then to see, sorry, I'm a little bit under weather, but to see the USA's hockey team reaction to that, to me, was amazing, right? So if you're not sure, don't know, after that, when the game started, the first 9 seconds, there were 3 fist fights with Team USA fighting Canada. And to me, that's amazing. Now, granted, in hockey, you are allowed to fight. That's part of the game, right? They allow you to do that. But to set the tone the way that they did, to say, hey, you are not going to disrespect the country that I play for, where I'm from, in any kind of way like that. And I think that experience, that alone showed a lot of people that it's okay to be happy or to be proud of being from the U.S., right? And there's nothing wrong with being proud of your culture or where your ancestors are from or anything like that. Like, I'm Italian. I'm super proud to be Italian. I also have different things in my background, right? That where I'm from, and I'm proud of it. And there's nothing wrong with that. You shouldn't have to hide where you came from, and that's part of being an American, is that there's so many different people here from different countries that make this place pretty cool, right, to live in. And then you have a lot of people that protest, right? And I know I am all for protests, speaking up for what you believe in, and supporting causes that you think are very good. And but I think there are certain ways that you should do it or go about it. And I think people that have a platform, like professional athletes, musicians, famous people, right, actors and things like that, should be able to use that platform to speak out on what they feel is right. And not everybody will agree with it, but that's okay. That's one of the things that make this place so great, is that you can do that, right? Just like a few years ago, I'm sure everybody remembers all the professional sports, especially like football and stuff like that, taking a knee during the national anthem. Do I agree with it? Not necessarily, but am I okay with people standing up for what they believe in? Of course. Do I think there could have been a different way to use your platform to protest what you were protesting? Yes. But at the end of the day, you're doing for what you think is right, and it was going to get the most attention, right? So things can change. And to see, because you always see a lot of, especially on the news, right? You see a lot of negative things about the U.S. You got the people that are getting, the immigrants that are here. The illegal immigrants that are here, I guess you could say, are protesting, or people that stand up for them are protesting them being forced to leave. And they're burning the American flag. And to me, the way I kind of look at it is, if it's so bad, right? If it's so horrible here, why stay? Why, if you feel that it's so bad that you're going to burn the American flag and what everything that flag stands for you, it might stand for different things than what it stands for me. And that's okay too. But you're going to burn that and still want to be here? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, if it's so horrible, nobody's forcing you to stay. Even if you're a citizen, nobody's forcing you to stay here. You can go. There's the dough. You can go wherever you want to go, and I won't be mad about it. Like, trust me, there have been plenty of times where I'm like, man, when I retire, I think I can. I've been into a few different countries. I've been to a lot of places, and there's been times where I'm like, dang, this place is awesome. I could definitely retire and be here and just live here my remaining time on this earth, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people do it all the time, but nothing's telling you that you need to stay here. But I think that experience of what Team USA's hockey team did really opened up a lot of people's eyes to say, hey, it's okay to be proud of your country that you come from, or, where you live. And I think it's a good thing, Not a lot of people might understand or agree with it, and that's okay too. Like, do you think a lot of other professional sports, and I'm sure it has happened, I am sure it has happened, that a lot of other USA sporting teams, especially like during the Olympics and stuff like that, have been gotten booed because it's Team USA, right? But with everything going on and the way USA's hockey team handled that, I just think, and they won the match. Now, granted, they didn't win the little tournament they was in, and that's fine and dandy. That's okay. But to just stand up and be like, hey, you're not going to do this. Like, we're not about that business, and we're going to fix this real quick. To me, it was just amazing. I thought it was awesome, and I thought it was really good. And not saying violence, you need to be violent to fix these kind of things. That's not what I'm saying, but that fighting is part of that game. That's all. I'm not saying you need to go beat everybody up that says they don't like America. That's not what I'm saying. But to see them stand up for something that they feel is good and is great is pretty cool. And I think it's a good experience. And hopefully a lot of other Americans seen that too as well. That it's like you might not like everything, you might not like everything that's going on, you know, but it's a pretty cool place to live. Like you could do pretty much whatever you want, right? You got all these rights, you got all these things. And now granted, is it different for some people? Of course it is. And I'm not getting into all that, right? But you can pretty much go and do whatever you want to do, right? You can go and buy pretty much whatever you want to buy. Now, is it a little bit more difficult now? Of course, money's tight. I mean, not for everybody, but for me, I mean, money be tight. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to take a trip, you want to go on vacation, you want to do this, that, and the third, you can do that for the most part. As long as you're not harming anybody, you know, or doing anything too crazy, you could pretty much do whatever you want to do, you know, and I think it's pretty cool because there's some places that you can't do much of anything, you know. So those are just some things, right? Different experiences, and I think this past one that happened this past week was a really good one, and I wanted to put this out sooner, because now that I'm putting it out on a Monday, it's a little old, right? But I just wanted you guys to really open your eyes up to see how great of different opportunities that you can do here. And I know there has been a lot of changes with this administration, with DEIs and all this other stuff, but not really digging into that. But don't let these certain things stop you from doing what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Keep pushing forward, keep working hard. You know, nothing is just given to anybody. And that's what we kind of need to understand is just keep working hard. Don't quit. Just because things like this happen, don't let it make you stop pursuing the things that you want to do. You know, keep working hard, keep pushing forward. And with that, I'm going to kind of end this one. You know, keep working hard, keep pushing forward, open up, do new things, have new experiences, and you know, and enjoy life. We're not going to be here forever. We're not going to be here forever. So enjoy your time here, you know, keep pushing forward, and always stay liquid. Peace.